Good morning, loves. How are we doing today? Today's gonna be real beautiful. The sun is coming out. They did say the news did tell that yesterday, which is today, as the weekend would be beautiful and gorgeous. So, if you're gonna get out today, I say these words as I always give you the heads up. As in, these will be these words: take the initiative, make the most of it, enjoy the weather, take advantage of this opportunity. Don't waste it by being inside this house. I know that for sure. I'm gonna try to get out today because it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful, gorgeous, and glorious as the sun rises, like you always see every time morning or dawn approaches, as we're ready to wake up with something new happening. So today I'm making another poem video, but before I get to it, I want to say yesterday was very amazing, especially at the state capitol. I got to speak there. I have been to the state capitol a few times when they were discussing how Autism Awareness Month would be remembered, but yesterday we made a memory that no one will ever forget, including myself including myself as ever. I was one of those fellows that made a memory for Autism Awareness Month. That I made a memory that Awareness Month will never forget, and that memory was me. Was me especially. Actually, I'm gonna say this right out. The memory for yesterday was me speaking at the state capitol, and that was a very big, huge one. A huge one that had made you want to say, what better way to make a memory for April's Autism Awareness Month than to definitely come to than to head over to the state capitol and speak, especially over there. I was so happy. I was so thrilled. And to tell you, not only was I happy and thrilled, I was very ecstatic, definitely ecstatic. Ecstatic is the word. Ecstatic to speak over there as ever. And I was able to read the poem that everyone got to hear. And I let everyone know that I don't see autism as a disease. I don't see it as a reckoning virus. I don't see it as an illness. I don't see it as a sickness. I see it as a blessing that will help you become the individual you want to be in a way of standing out on your own, becoming your own character, especially how you feel in a way that no one knows about except you. You want to be your own character. You want to stand out on your own. You don't have to be like what everyone is these days. And I know something about it because I've been there before. It hasn't, and trust me, being like everyone was back then was not a fun ride as ever. When I found out about my diagnosis, I wanted to be my own character, and I always learned, especially from my family, that being different, there's nothing wrong with being different. Being different makes you very special no matter where you come from in life. You want to be your own character. You can stand out on your own. You don't have to be like you don't have to be like what everyone is these days. And it's also the main thing about the main thing about it is also finding your individuality, finding your own individual. I would say finding your individuality, becoming who you want to be. You don't have to be like what everyone is these days. It's all about finding your individuality, becoming the character that you would love to be instead of being what everyone is these days. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with being different. Being different makes you very special, no matter where you come from in life. Remember that. There's nothing wrong with being different. Being different makes you very special, no matter where you come from in life. I'm gonna tell you this. Speaking at the state capitol yesterday was not only very amazing, it was very glorious. I would say, not only was it very amazing, it was very wonderful. It was very glorious. It was very fascinating and enchanting to speak at the state capitol. A moment and a memory that no one could ever forget. And the best part was I got to invite a lot of people that I mentioned about the event, and they all came. My mom was there. Let's see who else was there. I know some people from a club representing in the community called Common Ground. They all came, definitely showing their support. Who else? I also got to see the people that I work with at Autism Family Connecticut, because they were also at the event too. Yeah, representing Autism Families Connecticut, which I love going to every time I head over there up in Newington. What else? Who else was there? I got to see my bosses from TJ Maxx, from Weathersfield. Yep. I got to see Miss Serrano, my boss. Yep. And then my boss, yes. And then also got to see Miss Boyle, my former boss, who retired a few years ago. I got to meet her granddaughter for the first time, which was very amazing. Yeah, which was very amazing, especially meeting her granddaughter, who I've done wonderful things for, as she always tells me about her, and it's always good to hear how she's doing as ever. Yeah, Who else was there? Pretty much everyone that was represented in the community. Yep. So yeah, everybody came. It was a memory to remember, a very sweet memory to remember. And the best part about that sweet memory was that I got to go I got to go up on the podium and read my poem that everyone got to hear, and it was glorious, sweet, and amazing to remember. Especially when I let everyone know that autism is not a sick. I don't see autism as a sickness. I don't see it as a disease. I don't see it as a virus. And I definitely don't see it as a deadly pandemic that you think you can erase. This is not no. I don't see autism as a deadly pandemic. I don't see it as a sickness. I don't see it as a virus. And I definitely don't see it as a disease as ever. I see it as a blessing that can help you become the character that you want to be in your own way. It's all about being different. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with being different. Being different makes you very special, no matter where you come from in life. And I've always enjoyed that being different is the best thing about being your own character, especially when you express how you're feeling. And you don't need to be like what everyone is these days. Be your own character. Express how you feel. Find your individuality, which is always the best part about becoming your individual self in creative ways. That's why I love having creativity in my journey, in my life as ever. And I've always been, how do I say this, very blessed to have creativity with me because I love creating things. That's how you get going when you have creativity right behind you and by your side as ever. Even when you're ready to create something as ever. Like I did with my hat. Let me show you my hat. Now last month, I got this for my birthday. The fedora hat. Yep. It represents my character very much because I love art and poetry, which as I call myself, you all know on my YouTube channel, Art and Poetry Wizard. And I was looking at the hat. I was like, I'm gonna be very decorative. I'm gonna be very creative. So I started with the blue. At first, I put the autism pin. Sorry, the autism pin right here. Puzzle. Yep, puzzle pin right here. Then I had the blue feather to represent this month. So yep. And then I got some of the Harry Potter patches from Newberry Comics. Yep, we got Gryffindor right here. Don't worry, I'm still a Gryffindor fan. Don't you think I forgot about Harry Potter? Oh come on, it's Harry Potter. Every time I go out, I'm always looking for Harry Potter merchandise. And then to add more blue to my hat, we got the Ravenclaw. Look, Ravenclaw's a good group. I'm still a Gryffindor fellow, though. The only reason I got this patch is because I need more blue for my hat. But like I said, I'm still a Gryffindor, trust me. I just need more blue for my hat because it's Autism Awareness Month. So yeah, definitely. So as I put it on, you may notice how I am. I am an art and poetry wizard, even when it comes to writing his poems and even typing up his poems, yeah, writing and typing his poems up, and then having to read it to you guys whenever you watch the videos that I post on my YouTube channel. So yeah, it's a miracle. It's amazing. And to tell you the truth, yesterday was very memorable as a sweet memory to remember. And I'm glad I got to be at the Capitol yesterday, and especially read my poem, and especially let everyone know that you cannot erase, you cannot get rid of, you can't even exterminate autism. I see it as a blessing that will make you become your own character, especially when you want to express how you feel in your own way. Express it in your own character. Express how you feel in your own way. Become your own character. Even as I say this, stand out in a way of standing out on your own and finding your individuality that will help you become the individual fellow that you would love to be in your own way. That's what I see as autism becoming the bless. That's what I see with autism becoming the blessed. How do I say this? That's how I see autism coming in as a way of, as a beautiful blessing that will help you become your own character as ever. Like I said, it's all about finding your individual. It's all about finding your individuality. It's about becoming your own character, especially standing on your own, especially when you have autism on your side as ever. It will. Let's say, I'm not gonna lie, autism is a beautiful blessing I will never get rid of. Not even erase, not even have exterminated. And let me tell you this, for years I've had to watch people act like I said, can we do something to get rid of it? Can we do something to get it erased? Can we even have it exterminated? Why would you want to exterminate something that everyone would love to have on their side in a way of expressing their own character, of becoming their own individual self, especially in a way of finding their individuality. You cannot erase, get rid of, or exterminate something you see as a sickness. Do yourself a favor. Take the time. Do some research on it. Take the time to get to know more. Take the time to get to know it very much more. If you don't do that. You're gonna keep assuming it, and then you're gonna make autism feel very unsafe by becoming the poison. And why? And how you're gonna become the poison? By assuming it as a deadly, by assuming autism as a deadly disease. I don't see it as a deadly disease. The last thing you want to do is live with regret for the fact that you kept assuming that autism is a deadly disease by becoming the poison to it when you kept mentioning that autism is the deadly disease. I don't see it as a deadly disease. I see it as a beautiful blessing that will make you become the individual fellow you would love to be in a way of standing out on your own, expressing your own character, expressing yourself out, becoming your own character, and becoming, how do I say this? Becoming the fellow that you will love to be in your own way, especially when it comes to being creative or decorative or anything you have that you would love to be in a way of expressing yourself out as a way of standing out on your own while finding your individual as I say, finding your individuality. Be your own character. You don't have to be like everyone else these days. Now, I've had it with people trying to say autism needs to be erased, get rid of, or exterminate. No. The reason I hear the word exterminate because it reminds me of X-Men. I'm not gonna lie. I love the Marvel films, I really do, even though I'm a Batman, DC comic film, but I do love the Marvel films. And one of my favorite Marvel heroes was the X-Men because it was based on a few things you've heard about the X-Men. It was based on race, diversity, and difference. And there was nothing wrong with being different. Being different makes you very special, like I said, no matter where you come from in life. And I remember when I was 12 years old, they made a third X-Men film. This was dating back to when I was in 5th grade. I was excited because I thought we were never going to see another X-Men film, but they were making a third one. And the third one brought an interesting summary that we thought we'd never see coming. A part where the mutants were given a choice. They had two choices, and they had to choose one of them. The first one was retain their powers as the ones they were born with, or become normal humans that the government always envisioned them to be so they can make things right in their own way as ever. But to tell you the truth, the mutants, those that were born with powers, they wanted to stick with the ones they got because they were making a difference in the world, where they were keeping the world right as ever, and not letting anything destructive, chaotic, or or reckless trying to harm it as ever. So the mutants did a wonderful thing, keeping the world right, and they still do as this day, even if you watch all the X-Men films. And I'm not gonna lie, the third one was my favorite because not only did we see all being right in the world, we got to see new mutants that you've always seen on the television series, even in the animated kind. I mean, I remember finding out that Beast was played by Frasier star Kelsey Grammer, who you all may remember from this lad from The Simpsons. Sideshow Bob. Yes, Sideshow Bob. You know him very much. Yep, Kelsey Grammer. I was very surprised that he was going to be playing the role of Beast in the third X-Men film. Hey, Beast is a very intellectual mutant. He's very smart, he's intellectual, and knows what goes on when it comes to dealing with society and rights. So I was like, hey, it's nice to have Kelsey Grammer, especially as Beast. And we had other mutants coming in like Angel. I remember looking at all the X-Men characters. From the second one, we got to see Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is my brother's favorite mutant, who could see at night and definitely teleport. Someone asked me, can he see in the day? And I was like, yes, he can see in the day, but he can also see at night. Who says a mutant can't see at night? Even when he teleports from one place to another. So yes. So definitely. So yeah, yesterday was a very sweet memory. A memory I will never forget. And if you haven't seen it yet, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Go to Facebook, check it out. People that were watching the event yesterday even were videotaping it on their phones. Also, were posting it on Facebook, showing how the event was a very sweet memory to remember, especially in everyone's eyes as ever, even in my eyes as ever. As to tell the truth. I got to go to the event, and the best part was I got to go on the podium and let the world know that autism is not a disease. I see it as a blessing, and the last thing you want to do is get rid of it, erase it, and have it exterminated. Do yourselves a favor. Take the time, do research, do some research. Take the time to get to know it very much more. And if you keep assuming that it's a deadly disease that needs to be erased, get rid of, or exterminated, then you are making autism feel unsafe by assuming it as a disease, which is making you become the poison to autism when you make it feel unsafe by assuming it as a disease. Like I said, take the time, to do some research, get to know it very much more, and see what makes this fellow that, if you see any fellow that has autism, yeah, see what makes this fellow happy, and see what makes this fellow happy, what thrills his or her eyes, what brightens his or her day as happiness is coming in, and what also, how I say this, what also brings happiness straight into his or her world as time is still going on. Yes, you want to do that. Yeah, like I said, what thrills his or her eyes, what brightens his or her day as happiness is coming in, even what brings a smile to his or her face as happiness is still coming in. So the last thing you want, yeah, as happiness is coming in, the last thing you want, actually, yeah, what makes him or her smile as happiness is still coming in. The last thing you want to do is send that person to someone you think could get, like I said, don't assume it as a deadly disease. I see it as a blessing that no one can get rid of, erase, or exterminate as ever. Which is why I'm going to read my poem to you guys right now. And this is today's poem video, 180. I read this poem yesterday at the state capitol, and right now I am going to read this on this poem video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, please. Hold on for 1 second. After this, I'm going to get something to drink. I know I haven't eaten breakfast yet, but I feel like the best way to start my morning is drink some tea. So I'm going to do that after this. But let me read this poem to you guys, which I read at the state capitol yesterday. So here we go. I made copies and I gave some of those that would love to keep as a memory from yesterday's event. So here we go. Autism Roots by Denzel. Autism roots is something I can see and really describe when you feel welcome and accepted by a loving and caring tribe. Autism is a beautiful blessing you would love to embrace that would bring a big, glorious smile on your happy face. Many people want this blessing gone due to it as a disease. I do not see it as a deadly pandemic unlike every other individual. This blessing will give you the chance to stand out on your own, a character you would love to blend in or express out of the gate. I am so very sick of many individuals wanting it to be exterminated. You never take the time to see what makes a fellow happy in mind. You could care less while looking for a way to leave him or her behind. Many people never learn from their mistakes when crossing the line. You wonder why they haven't gotten nowhere as ever to tell the truth, sending their children to someone who can help them get fixed. You always assume autism as the reckoning that could ruin your lives. I love celebrating my favorite month, April, every year, because autism gives me the character I can create and gear. The entire world needs to do all autistic fellows a favor in store. Stop assuming like crazy and get to know autism very much more. You keep this cycle going, and I promise you, you will find yourself with direct and absolute shame. The main assuming autism as a disease part was yours to really blame. There's a reason I have become something for the autism spectrum / community, which will be a wonderful guide. Someone who has carried the puzzle piece and color blue with sweet pride. The autism spectrum / community will not be alone without great hope, because I am the great hope that any fellow can come to for guidance. You may know this why, and get ready for this, because I said this yesterday at the event, and I'm going to make this clear, and I'm going to make this very clear to you all. I'm going to say this right now. You may notice why I am the ambassador. I repeat, the ambassador for Autism Families Connecticut up in Newington. Today, I repeat, today marks a great and magnificent dawn of a beautiful new era. My vow is to make autism as a blessing no one will ever forget. The last thing you want is direct, severe regret. Autism will continue in time's existence while rising through the great presence. That, my friends, especially my autism loves, was the poem I read yesterday at yesterday's event. The poem was called Autism Roots. And to tell you, and I'm going to tell you this right now. First of all, you're probably wondering what made you come up with that name for the what made you come up with the name for that? What made me come up with a title for that? What made me come up with the name for that title of the poem? When you hear the word roots, you know it's heritage, something that you're born with and representing your family so much. And when I hear the word roots, I was thinking, why not? Well, how about I was trying to think of a name for the poem I was going to type up. So I was like, why not take the word roots and put autism together? What do we have? Autism roots. There you have it. The name became wonderful, and it really came out good as ever. So yes. So I want you loves to remember that you can. I want you all to remember, especially everyone around the world, especially all over the globe as ever. You cannot erase, get rid of, or exterminate something you always assume is a deadly disease. The last thing you want to do is make someone feel uncomfortable because you're trying to get that person to be who you are. The la- you want the one. I would say this right now. There's nothing wrong with being different. Being different is a very good thing. It makes you very. It will. Being different makes you feel very special. Being different makes you. How do I say this? Being different makes you feel very special. Being different makes you feel very special, no matter where you come from in life. And nobody can take away what you got. Being Having autism in your life is a very beautiful blessing, especially when you have it as a blessing. The last thing you want to do is erase something that you think is ruining your life, so you can be like what everyone is these days. Don't do that. Embrace. I'm gonna say this right now. I have loved and embraced my blessing ever since I found out about my diagnosis at the age of 15. I've had it since childhood, and when I found out about my diagnosis at the age of 15, I was surprised and relieved because I really wanted to find out who I really was and find out about my character. I find out how I can become my own character instead of being like what everyone is these days. So I'm telling you this. You have the opportunity. You're more than welcome to stand out on your own and always be your own character. Especially when you have autism, it's a blessing. I don't see it as a disease. I don't see it as a sickness. I don't see it as a virus. And I definitely don't see it as a deadly pandemic. And not even an illness as ever. I see it as a very wonderful blessing. A blessing no one can erase, get rid of, or exterminate right out of the landscape as ever. Even right out of this atmosphere as ever. Autism is a beautiful blessing. A blessing no one can, like I said, cannot erase, get rid of, or exterminate as ever, or exterminate. Yeah. I, I see it as a blessing, not as a disease that no one. Yeah, not as a disease as ever. You cannot erase, get rid of, or exterminate this blessing as ever. You cannot do something like that. No. Don't erase, don't get rid of it, don't exterminate the blessing that will make you become your own, that will help you become, actually, I would say, that will help you become your own character. Embrace and love your blessing. Become your own character. This is where your journey helps you find your individuality. And finding your individuality is always a very good thing. You don't have to be like what everyone is these days. Be your own character. Stand on your own. And become the fellow you would love to be in your own eyes as ever, as a way of expressing yourself out. So, loves, I hope you enjoyed this poem video today. This was 180. Yesterday I did 179, and that poem was on a poem called I did a poem on 179 yesterday, and it was called the name of the poem that I read yesterday was called A Great Road to Individuality. So, as I say on this poem video, the poem I read today was definitely related to individuality. And if you probably don't know what it means, allow me to read this. Let me find out. So let me go to my notes. It's on my phone. So remember, individuality, the quality or character of a particular person or thing that distinguishes them from others of the same kind, especially when strongly marked. Means you can be your own character. You're more than welcome to be your own character. You don't have to be like what everyone is these days. Express how you feel. Create your own character, stand out on your own, and find your and embrace and find your individuality. You don't have to be like everyone is these days. And I have been there trying, to find my individual. I have been there. I'm gonna tell you this: finding my individuality. It was very difficult. I was always trying to find out where do I stand. And then when I found out about my diagnosis with autism, I know that I've always done for my folks, especially for my family as ever, that there's nothing wrong with being different. Being different makes you feel very special, no matter where you come from in life. And that's always the best thing as ever. That's what finding your individuality is all about. Being your own character, stand on your own, and expressing how you really feel when it comes to being your own character. Definitely as ever. I hope you loves enjoyed this poem video. This was very wonderful to do this morning. I'm going to enjoy it today, but before I go, was there anything else I was going to say? Just trying to figure out. Oh, yes. Be your own character. Don't be like what everyone is these days. You have a blessing that no one can erase, get rid of, or exterminate. You are more than welcome to find your individuality. Become your own character as ever. You don't have to be like everyone. You don't have to be like what everyone else is these days. It's never a good thing. And being different, I'm gonna say this like this: there's nothing wrong with being different. Being different makes you feel very special, no matter where you come from in life. And that's always the best part about finding your individuality, being your own character and standing out on your own as ever. So, loves, I hope you enjoyed today's poem video, and I'm very thrilled that I got to make it this morning. I met a lot of people at the event, so yesterday was very sweet. Was a very sweet memory as ever. And I hope you all learn that as we close this month. I know today's the last day of April, but as we close April, because April was a very wonderful month to celebrate Autism Awareness Month, I want all of you to remember that, especially your loves out there, that autism is a beautiful blessing, not a disease you always assume that should be erased, get rid of, or exterminated. I see it as a blessing, not a disease as ever. Like I said, do some research. Take the time to get to know it very much more. And if you keep assuming it as a disease, then you're becoming the poison to it by making it feel unsafe for the fact that it's the one that needs to be exterminated. Seeing how you keep seeing it as a disease. Like I said, take the time to do some research, get to know it very much more, and do not erase it, get rid of, or exterminate it right out of the atmosphere. Autism means a lot to all autistic fellows like me, like myself as ever, very much as ever. Autism is a very beautiful blessing, and I will never have it erased, get rid of, or exterminated. So, loves, as I say, thank you for your time. Enjoy today and make today the most of it, especially the last day of April, representing April's Autism Awareness Month. Take care. I'll see your loves next time, especially my autism loves. And one last thing, Kyle, I watched one of your episodes yesterday. Very amazing, my friend. You remind me of the next, what's that guy that does the daily news on comedy? Oh, the next Stephen Colbert. You are very good at what you do, my friend. I love your YouTube channel, which I subscribed to it yesterday, so you are not alone. Thank you. So I say this right out. Loves, take care. Enjoy today. Make the most of it. And I will see you all next time. Take care, my friends.